What is up, car addicts? In this video, I'll be talking about this week's Triple Money Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for August 17th through August 23rd, 2023. In terms of new content for this week, we unfortunately did not receive anything new. However, remember that we only have two drip feed vehicles left for this DLC, which are the Hot Ring Hellfire and of course the Albany Brigham. Now, the Hot Ring Hellfire should be releasing sometime in mid-September, and the Brigham, which is the last car, will most likely be releasing in October for the Halloween theme. But anyways, the current prize ride for this week is the Spectre. This vehicle is primarily based on the Aston Martin DB10 and has a normal price of just under $600,000. To get this car for free, you have to place top 3 in an LS CarMate Series race for only 2 days in a row, so very easy this week. In regards to performance, this vehicle is in the sports class and is a mid-tier sports car for performance, so not terrible and not amazing either. It's pretty average. Now, the customization is also pretty average. However, if you spend $250,000 on the Benny's custom conversion cost, it gets a wide body and a ton of upgrade options, so definitely worth it there. Continuing to test drive vehicles for this week, we have the Tempesta, the Windsor Drop, and the Vector as well. And none of these were removed website cars, so definitely keep that in mind. And for current gen console users, we have the HSW Arbiter GT as the HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Continuing to the casino podium vehicle, we have the Roosevelt Valor. This vehicle is primarily based on the 1928 Cadillac 341A Town Sedan, infamously owned by Al Capone. It has a normal price of just under $1 million, however, it was a removed website car. Now, before, this vehicle used to go on and off the website depending on events like Valentine's and all that, but if you owned it, it would actually still stay on the website for you. So you can see I own it here, but it's not on the website for me, so it is considered a removed website car. So pretty much the only way you can get it this week is by spinning that wheel over and over, so good luck to those of you who want to get it this week. In regards to performance, this one is in the Sports Classics class, and obviously it's not a performance car, but this is surprisingly pretty quick for what it is, a 1930s car, and actually quite fun to drive around. And of course, this one being the Valor variant, it has some great customization as well. In terms of the dealership cars for this week, for luxury autos, we have the X80 and the Entity XXR as well. And neither of these are removed website cars, so keep that in mind. Continuing to Simeons, we have the Benefactor XLS Armored, the Cognoscenti 55, the Armored variant, the Progen Itali GTB, and the Shafter LWB as well. And all of these, except for the Itali GTB, were removed website cars, so make sure to pick these up this week if you've been wanting to get one. Moving on to discounts, in terms of property discounts, we have 30% off the CEO office, as well as 30% off the upgrades and renovations for them as well. Also, we have 30% off the CEO Crate warehouses. If you don't own a CEO office, I highly recommend getting them this week. The Crate warehouses are also pretty decent, but definitely not too great in comparison to the other businesses due to the time it takes to fill up those warehouses. Moving on to the vehicle discounts, we have 40% off the XLS Armored from Simeons, which again was a removed website car. This SUV is pretty cool, and it takes 2 homing missiles to blow up and has semi-bullet resistant glass. It's a pretty quick SUV, but obviously it's way off the pace of some of the newer SUVs, which pretty much have sports car level performance. Continuing to the Legendary Motorsport website, we have 30% off the Entity XXR. This car is in the supercar class and unfortunately has these slow handling flags, which makes it go slower over bumps, and it can't mid-drive speed boost / double clutch. And the customization is pretty average. I would say it's a good looking car, but that's pretty much it. It's more of a garage queen and something you take to car meets more than anything else. Next up, we have 40% off the Tempesta. This car is in the supercar class and has fantastic acceleration and handling. However, the top speed isn't all that great in comparison to the supercars in its class. That's the main issue with this thing. However, at this price, it's not too terrible. Moving on to the Southern San Andreas website, we have 40% off the SE Classic. This car is in the compact class and is one of the slowest ones in that class. And the main reason for that is because this car unfortunately has these slow handling flags, which is a real shame because this car has great customization and a lot of nice detail. On to the Benny's website, we have 30% off the Itali GTB. So this is a pretty average performing supercar with pretty average customization. However, if you spend $500,000, you can get the Benny's custom upgrade and get a wide body plus tons of customization, obviously being Benny's. However, keep in mind that the regular Italian GTB is actually a lot faster around a track compared to the custom variant due to its significantly better handling. And lastly, onto the Arena War website, we have 40% off the Arena War Imperator, which is a pretty cool car being based on the Mad Max Interceptor. And lastly, we have 40% off the Arena War SE Classic as well. Not too much of a fan of the Arena War SE, but the Imperator is nice. Moving on to the gun van, we have the following weapons available this week. In regards to rewards this week, if you complete a CEO crate stealing mission, you'll unlock the orange pinstripe pajamas, and if you complete a VIP work mission and an export mixed goods delivery, which you can start via the assistant in your office, you unlock the abstract camo livery for the recently added Pinot La Cruz, which is pretty cool. Continuing to triple money, we have triple money NRP on the export mixed goods mission, which again is accessed via the assistant in your CEO office. And we have triple money NRP on select community series jobs. Moving on to double money, we have double money NRP on special vehicle work missions, which are the missions that involve the Rocket Voltic, Ruiner 2000, etc. Plus double money NRP on Arena War, which is pretty good. And lastly, the best for last, we have double money NRP on CEO crate sales, which is awesome. So for those of you who have a lot of crates stocked up or maybe even multiple full warehouses, now would definitely be the best time to sell them. And lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trial is LSIA. I highly recommend a car or bike with a high top speed for that one. For the premium race this week, we have the muscle car race Muscle In. I highly recommend the Buffalo STX for this race. And if you're on current gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Vigero ZX or the HSW Buffalo EVX. And lastly, for current gen console users, the HSW time trial is Del Perro Beach. As always, the HSW Hakuchu Drag will be the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, I'm going to have to go with the Tempesta. It's not a fast supercar, but it does have great handling, acceleration, pretty good customization, and great styling. And at under $1 million, I think it's pretty well worth adding to your supercar collection if you don't already own it. Anyways guys, overall this event week is actually pretty good. Double money on CEO crates, double money on Arena War, plus some pretty good discounts as well. But anyways guys, thanks for watching, hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.